say that it hasn't been there, but it hasn't been as significant as you would hope for if you're G2.
Good job, bro.
Now you're just pulling off this 4v5 close plant. There's the flash to give you the indication of that retake. Paranoia to counter, and KC will have to kind of set themselves up.
Is that reloading?
Likely use Martin as an entry point behind this Sova drone.
Just G2 very happy to get those flashes out of the way and maybe even baiting that out, playing as close to the corner as they could to fall back when needed. Now G2 were aggressive, but wait, Elite with a big double kill coming through market with the rest.
Fuck is going on?
Places the smoke, gets the defuse, and you got kind of a crossfire from G2 to try and prevent this, but the firing squad from KC is too strong, and they get the pistol.
And that's just another one that you use the numbers to your advantage. You know you're likely going to be giving something away by forcing so much action through mid off the get-go.
Capsule, I know for a fact you're not watching ads.
Retake. You don't allow G2 to do anything too crazy. You don't let them get in towards the backside of B. You flash them out, you reset, you split the retake by sending a couple of players through market. And it just forces G2 to have to hold on pistols, which is never going to be
motherfucker's complaining about ads as he's not watching them.
They don't really have any way to counter it.
I literally fucking expose his ass.
Shaq essentially playing double sentinel. And you really
honestly,
don't have the ability
most of the motherfuckers complaining about the ads are probably not watching him.
To create deterrence or distraction.
That's respect, dude.
Good read from KC early.
They're just haters.
J2 is in some problem spots here. They're going to go to the Stinger force up.
Just KC being able to punish these lurks from Jonah P, getting that critical damage before he's able to teleport out has
Slasher said, Tarek, I'm about to do
just gonna have double
a live interview on NPR CNN about how excited I am for EWC come through. Oh, I think I'm gonna take the backseat on this one. You got that, King.
Close range like that. Big stinger buy from G2. They're known for those forces in the anti-eco or going up against it, and they just try to run it down against KC, who are just ready for this level of aggression. G2 did exactly that in the previous round.
Yeah, love that in terms of a design for an execute for G2. You drop a deep Viper's wall, you throw in the Paranoia later than you would expect because you're getting information from Trent. You throw out the Haunt, you throw out the Seas, you throw out a Prowler, whatever you need to try to clear that early space, and then you just snowball with the Stinger. Sadak fighting back though. Spike has not been planted, 2v2, and Jonah's just playing with a Headhunter in classic combination, but he does connect over towards market.
Wait, you can't plant
by himself in the 1v2.
Such good awareness from KC to hear that spike get picked up. Once that Viper wall was up from Shaq, he thought he just had a second to get around to safety, but still get the plant off. 1v1 Sugetsu versus Valen. And it's G2 that get the round.
G2 force never fail.
Huge stuff for G2 to recover. I mean, it's one of those, like, it's not a do or die situation, not the Stinger force purchase, but getting that back in the mix puts this map right back into your grip. Changes the eco pretty darn considerably and puts KC in a little bit of a weird spot here on their next defense, caught off guard by the Stinger repurchase. And again, I think that
should I have my Sentinels jersey on now?
We're seeing from G2, especially considering what just happened in that last round. The isolation makes that B defense feel a little bit more uneasy in terms of what ground you have to stand on. And you see it, the wall goes to one direction, the Haunt keeps you into place on another, and you just flood through it. So that's something that KC will have to keep in mind. It looks like they're going to deal with that by just having Elite playing a different corner. First blood perhaps, but responded by Trent. Do they recognize that Martin is here? Well, they're going to confirm it with the Prowler. It just comes down to, will they actually commit? No, they don't need to because he will gate crash back to safety.
It's like the second time now this half that KC have early peaked at mid and have found punish on G2, just ego swinging into them, and it's not working out. KC are deadly with those pistols. They already had a thrifty against G2's anti-eco in the first half.
What happened, Trent Whiff?
Still, G2 have recollected the spike and now have starting to lean towards A once that smoke goes down.
What happened to Trent?
Tough battle there, though, for
They're
Jonah.
getting ecoed. Uh-oh.
Now has KC collecting a rifle and...
Either Trent whiffed or you guys don't fuck with this hoodie. What happened?
Just back off and play for retake in the 4v2. Recon bolt deleted, but at least reveals onto one.
Someone said, Breeding Token said, I'll buy that off you right now if you ship it after the stream, no cap. How much? How much are you paying for this if I ship it off stream?
Sort of a Alamo to stand on, and Shaq will fall.
Yeah, check your mail. You already got 2.
Trying to get it done with the Guardian, and yeah, just shoulders playing with them as everyone else is starting to make the way over. Hold on a second, they're not actually putting themselves in a position to play for trades, but no exit for Giacomo. And KC
150?
It's not the first time Giacomo has been caught between a rock and a hard place. He's trying to push that angle and then have that that lurk from Elite find his way behind.
Chat, how do I negotiate this? He said 150 to start off.
KC are putting out, especially when G2 were starting to knock on the door in that second half. So now that we're going to have some more guns coming in, we may just have a more even playing field. shield, but then you got the run it back. You have the neural step.
Double it, 300. You in or you out?
Things, just running it down, having Martinez
300 and you go bald. Let me know.
To just get the ball rolling early. And a lot of the action in these rounds is starting within the first 5 seconds of peaking at mid, and that's been a KC first blood a few times now from that.
Yeah. So timeout coming through. An important round here for both of these two teams. In particular, going to collect one and then replace it off of the tight corner to market. Jonah's going to put some pressure over towards mid. Aldrone will not see him. Hold on a second.
The fuck?
G2 have maybe a window here where Jonah can calm, saying, wait a second, guys, I can sneak into mid.
You gotta expect this though if you're KC. Like, Jonah has been first blooded here a couple of times, but okay, it's tough with just
He missed
the
his timing. He missed his
and
timing.
You don't look both ways. You don't have a smoke on one side, and Jonah's trying to go for the big plays, and KC are not letting him get away with it.
No. It is one of those things, though. They make the right read, do G2. The Aldrin doesn't see it. That's the protocol for KC to clear mid. But again, in terms of trusting Jonah to get first bloods, he's not really provided. And that's been one of the conversations.
Might be Jover for G2 here.
What are we going to expect out of this G2 squad?
Man.
Elite, who was one of their biggest ACS leaders.
They had to capitalize on that Teo meta. They had to.
I mean, for Jonah, you're looking at a player that had a 0.9 KD at Masters, middle of the pack ACS, and you're trusting him to find first bloods all of a sudden, where his first kill percentage was only at like 4% at Masters.
Does
so
Sadak speak French?
Not good, is what you're looking at. So that's one of those situations that
Sadak's 19 and 8, bro. He might speak French.
A little bit in terms
but
of
they communicate in English.
Not having Leaf in the picture, and it's costing them right now down big.
Ooh, just satcheling in. No paranoia from Valen, and G2 not being
Have y'all seen the Key and Peele skit?
But hey, there's the trade. KC kind of overstaying
where he's trying to speak French
not playing
on
around
a
the
date
box close enough to go back to safety. Not maybe thinking G2 where everyone is going to be around that corner.
Yeah.
So run it back does
it's
expire.
so good. At the restaurant, yeah.
The space is what you're
So
looking
good.
for, because it's not just the pressure at A. You've also got Elite on a comfortable route through B main, looking to trap things up over at tiles.
You saw it last night? You know, it's funny. I saw it last night, too. I was scrolling Instagram Reels and I saw it. It was so good.
Foaming at the mouth.
It's so good.
The timing.
Wait, no timing.
He misses the timing.
No timing. No timing.
Bit of a ring around the rosy from Elite, and he's been
Brothers holding the flank from his teammates.
Not so much in the first quarter of this game.
Timing is crazy.
Really activating and punishing people like Jogamo, which great first blood yet again for KC off of that.
Trent gets caught.
Are you kidding me, JNM? Are you lurking me?
Just walks forward. The more space that Elite was able to take, the more that KC realized this was going to be a B hit. And clearing out market.
G2 had a chance, but not really, I guess.
Would have to be a 1v4. Shigetsu, first one, dealt with cleanly. Go with 20 seconds on the clock and no spike. You're looking just to get out of here and save this weapon.
Wait, why is the assistant coach low key like mugging on his team?
Of KC, which again,
he's like second top fragger.
I think got everyone a little bit jaw dropped at the moment.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, just KC are really working the map well. Elite, kind of a newer player, kind of going under the wing of more veterans on the team. Being able to activate that lurk is giving KC a lot more options.
Is he a former pro in
G2
anything?
to pay attention to what's behind them, and ever since that KC timeout, they've had a flawless. They've won this round. They're 2 away from winning this best of 1.
Yeah, and that's an important gun round right there that G2 don't really get much going with. So now you're in another economical situation that is going to require you to kind of finesse and play off of, do you force buy
What is
now?
mugging?
Or do you
to be honest, I have no idea.
6 in a row to an
I just
OT?
use the
That's
buzzwords
really
that I
what your
hear.
Conversation is in this timeout. So not ideal for G2. And I think it kind of, I won't say it starts and then ends with this conversation point, but it definitely starts with the fact that this whole game plan for G2 has been, let's resolve off of getting Jonah P on this chamber for early first bloods. And in the pistol with the Headhunter, it looked like, whoa, okay.
2 minutes till sun match? I'm watching it.
The tour de
I have an
force
eye on it.
has been a non-factor. The operator in his hands has been a non-factor. And it somebody
I look 40.
over and over again. Even right here, he used the nightfall to try to get into the site, but they don't expect the cyber trap to come in. Hunter's Fury to follow is going to find success. And KC could do no wrong.
G2 got nothing out of the Showstopper and the Nightfall. They kind of sectioned the site, and Elite just chose the perfect time to come in and get that headshot onto G2. We're just going to trail behind even more. What is showing out of KC? And that's going to be almost all she wrote, 12-6. I don't think anyone expected a scoreline like this.
No, No, not at all. And on a map that, again, you're looking at a best.
Should I say I'm 40 to be safe?
G2 have a pretty
yeah,
good
but that's too high.
in terms of what map we're going to get. You're trying to set
a little
up
too high for my liking,
your coach
if I'm being honest
who's
about
filling in to play an agent that they're going to feel comfortable with. You get him onto a map that he has been playing well on, but it's just, again, your one initiator in Trent is just not providing the space because it's always an odd man number situation. And even right there, it's just not clearing and, you know, crossing our T's and dotting our I's. We're getting trapped up by Cypher.
Say I'm 32 and retired. People will be impressed instead of calling me old.
I think it's everything rides on what I was going to say Jonah P could do in mid. He's been trying to get those first bloods, but it's gone usually KC's way. And Jogamo, Valen, 2 huge stars from G2 have been dimmed. The spike is down. G2 have to play against it and against a curveball, which this is not something you scrim against every day. And now you're getting zoned off by Molly, so you can't even play off the C's. Yep. So that's tough.
I mean, look at the setup. Elite, again, knows that no one's playing inside of B, so I'm just going to step up. It allows Sugetsu to know he just has to worry.
Why do G2 look like bots? No Leaf, no Tejo, no G2.
Just one-way smoke on the corner where you know where the spike is down. So everything is sitting up nicely here for KC. Jonah needs to hit a shot. I mean, flat out. He needs to connect here. Viper's put to put some pressure, but again, good call here. KC going to drop the firewall, push it.
Where is Leaf?
And you got the long flank on the way. Shaxx
when he found out no Tejo, he said, fuck it, I'm out.
And there it is.
And the more time it takes from G2, the more that Elite can just start to creep his way behind. And if Shaxx decides to play out of his pit, he's going to be cooked, and Elite can safely just hunt for this Viper's pit and really ruin G2's chances of coming back into this game. But it is only 3 versus 2 for KC. And Elite is trying to seal the deal and put the nail in the coffin. And that's all she wrote. KC win the best of 1.
Wait, did we see the last kill or am I tripping?
Start for KC.
Is trying to seal the deal and put the nail in the coffin. And that's all she wrote. KC win the best of 1.
Wait, did we see the last kill or am I tripping?
Start for KC. And again, I know it comes on the backside of G2 playing with a
damn, that's disrespectful from production. Respect.
Leaf in the picture.
Production is hate watching too. They didn't even show us the last kill.
Was going right for G2.
They said, "No, we're good."
Not a single thing based on their playbook design was working out for them. Some of it maybe you can look.
Yo,
at
production panned away before it ended. That's fucking epic.
They didn't.
That was low key epic. They said it ain't worth it. Wrap this shit up. Wrap this shit up. We're delayed already. Production said, "Wrap this shit up. We're already delayed."
You only have a fade. Like it's so much pressure onto Trent if you're not finding first bloods.
And I would say that the 4 rifles coming in for this squad, of course, like
shock dart onto Bang, who was already
hopefully
here we go.
Soon we will be getting back into things. And there you go. Timer ticking. We're good to go.
That's what I like to see, Tom. Right into the action. Sentinels and BBL fighting it out on Icebox.
Here we go, chat. Sentinels opening game.
Elimination matchup tomorrow. That's not really where you want to be at right off rip.
Winner plays later today, loser plays tomorrow.
As the timer ticks away, it is Sentinels who will be mounting an attack and clearly looking to isolate Mag.
That's always the
value
of being on that attack side, looking to try and get off to a solid start, but already Magnum just taking that initial fight, swinging to make sure they had the advantage early. Narrate looking for a little bit of gymnastics to try and get them back into the round. Unfortunately, though, they are falling like flies. Celsius, the last man standing to try and face off versus 3. And we mentioned that pistol hit rate for the side of BBL. Well, it's looking pretty good right now.
Well, it's all about that deep push on B. The information they had already had Yumpy rotating in. He hit a fantastic shock dart onto Bang, who was already desperately low before he walked through the Viper wall.
We should get us the McDonald's
from
sponsorship.
bad to worse. The spike down, it's not looking great. Zellsis gonna go on the big wrap though, all the way around, previously spotted on A main, and hopes to have the element of surprise, but there's no one exposed to that Rafters angle. He's gonna have to drop down, it'll be heard. Levin will have to be contended with, and even then, there's only 25 seconds to retrieve that spike and get it planted. This should be BBL's pistol round, locked in as expected.
Yeah, he's hoping there was someone left in the open, and well, eventually he will find him, but Levin's going to win that fight anyway. BBL off to that strong start that they were looking for. I will say that the only critique I have at this stage, I know someone in production is probably panicking right now, but it's actually more to do with the MEA. I see someone going red and I panic. Like, it's like, it's so scary to me. I'm so EMEA cord, it's like, red? That means technical pause. No, we kind of, it's actually just, it's a red versus blue. It's a really cool looking stage. I'm sure over the next couple of days I'll get that panic out of my system, but for now at least, solid start. And I think that's going to be important. That's the other thing you have to bear in mind with best of ones. You win both pistols.
Okay, here we go.
And you're in a very, very good spot. I'm off 11. He's looking to try and kick things off with a few extra orbs.
Poison's gone.
And there's one already.
Yeah, he's out for free. And those rotations really
Wall's down. Bang died.
Previous round. They're on it
we got
again
plant,
here.
though.
As Spike goes down, there's already 2 players detracted. Now another falling. And the numbers flooding back into this B site for the defensive side. Yet to even lose a player. And they've got that ghost to fall back on. They can recover a weapon potentially. And that is going to be picked back up by Yumpy. So losses here minimal. And this is a wonderful start
to really rooting
for BBL.
Not really.
Yeah, solid stuff. Of course, an extra plant for Sentinels, so it's at least a little bit of extra credits that they can throw in. They didn't really spend anything into this round, so you come out with a kill on a plant. It doesn't look great, but it's absolutely fine. And now as well, we'll get to see the 4 rifles coming in for this squad. Of course, like, you go back and you look at both teams, in fact.
NA has lost. G2 lost 13-6.
When it comes to Icebox,
yeah, but they don't have their team.
Again, they're playing with a sub. Because I think when looking at the Veto initially, I was like, if they're going to go for a strong map, we maybe end up on a Pearl. I think both teams are great at Pearl, but I can kind of understand.
Okay, let's see. First bonus.
For either side, it would be more of a risk. And maybe this was their sort of surprise factor. 11. Already going walkabouts, looking to get up in their face. I don't know if they'll expect this straight away, but Bang wins the fight anyway, and JonkQT does as well.
It is a bold play to go for that push, Outlaw in hand, up against full shields. I mean, he needed both shots to connect there. And obviously, it hasn't worked out. BBL, now it comes down to damage. Players like Sociable and Magnum alive, sure, you could still see them winning this round, but Sociable's been tagged up heavy. And Sentinels are on their way towards him. Nice little angle above the smoke, but dealt with quickly. We look to Magnum. He's recovered himself with Vandal. Can he find a couple of kills here to put a dent in that Sentinels economy?
The thing is, Sentinels are being incredibly methodical. Drone used just to make sure if any surprises were left on the site. He's quite far away. And as you said, with a gun in hand, isn't that much value in overfacing here. At minimum of 3 players probably going to be surviving. Well, in the end, it is Bang to close out with a triple kill. Solid buy round coming through for Sentinels, and now is where things will get that little bit more interesting. Of course, some weaker weapons in there for BBL. They tried something incredibly aggressive, and I like the fact that, as I said, when it's these sort of games, you're going to take risks. You're going to do things that try and get you that little bit of an extra bonus in some of the earlier rounds, but Sentinels are very well prepared. Like, they were not caught off by that whatsoever.
Wait, his POV is so loud.
That was, as I said, a bold play.
Bang's POV is so loud.
The rifles in hand, it's going to be a different story.
Okay, first gun round.
Excited to see in these buy rounds is Levin already top of the board for BBL, up against Zek, and that head-to-head. And look, he's getting aggressive again. Not lost any confidence off that early fight. They've cleared Yumpy, they've cleared Sociable, and that smoke, it's given Levin a little angle to play from. He's good for the first, not quite able to follow up though. The smoke blocking him out from that angle. Drops down below though. Good swing. And another falling. The thorn in the side, in the back, in fact, and this is
what has happened?
Turret finding one onto Bang. This round very much up for grabs for BBL, despite that double opening from Sentinels.
It's giving me flashbacks to when they managed to beat Fnatic on Abyss a while ago. They're just getting in their faces.
I'm scared.
Super
I'm scared.
Aggressive, super off kilter, trying to surprise them as much as possible. Even still, though, they've ended in an even scenario. Sentinels have managed to cling on even while leaving a pretty big gap behind them.
I'm scared for Zelsis. I'm scared for Zelsis.
They're about to walk through the smoke. They know he's on the other side. He turns at the perfect moment.
What the fuck? Zelsis chill, bro.
It took 4 rounds.
These guys are Turkish. They will pull up on you. Actually, they're not Turkish. Never mind. Only a couple of them are. Never mind. Go ahead, Zelsis.
To get them that little bit of extra space and time to get the plant in, and catching both players on the walkthrough.
Wait, he tanked the molly, John.
Backing him up too. That angle was being covered, and just a shame that Levin wasn't able to follow up quickly. But still, he did so much by re-aggressing down below, by picking them off, by putting the pressure on. But it's not enough. And with a performance like that, the momentum definitely in Sentinel's camp. That leaves BBL without a lot to work with in this round. Sure, they've got that Guardian that's sounding
Xbox
off
360 mic is crazy, but
everyone
accurate.
else is on pistols. Levin has got the Blade Storm to fall back on if they want to invest it here.
He's got the light shields. It seems like it is definitely part of the plan. Maybe hoping that Prophet can do a little bit of damage first before he goes for the style points. And there you go, it is in play. I feel like Zeker's been caught quite often in these scenarios, but the shot's not connecting.
Oh my god, so aggressive.
The trade outs with those rifles going well. Eventually, Levin will pick up another, and Magnum with one more. The problem, though, is Levin so low on HP that even with those few spanners thrown into the works, Sentinels, again, they managed to stick the landing.
And now they're streaking those rounds together. Now they're looking confident down on that stage. And you look to the other side.
So if Sen win, they play again today in a BO3.
Had some
if Sen lose,
but this round
they play tomorrow elimination BO3.
Completely. Ults will be coming online. Rifles will be in play for them. You can see Magnum's got that lockdown.
Why do they use that high angle? I can see Zelsis' M hairline so clearly.
Not an easy counter available.
Why did I read that out loud?
To get rid of that lockdown. And for Bang, who's coming in with Viper's Pit, you can be pushed out of that very easily. So there's no easy win for Sentinels here, and it looks like BBL have got plenty to fall back on. This is the round that they need to take it across the line. What was that? John QT thought he could sense a gap, but
you know what he was trying to do?
I
think I've literally had this conversation with John, but like Omen TPs are very hard to hear on land.
A lot of these early fights,
especially if you're in an arena with a crowd.
Again, it seems like BBL have adapted.
I wonder if he was trying to like use that to his advantage while his teammates made noise on A. This doesn't look that great this round.
While the remaining players are still around this angle, they're looking for the fight. Narrate has at least been able to bring one back, but loses half his HP for it, and still being spotted with Spike in hand. That is a lot of information. Then also just look at the position of Levin. He's back in towards the spawn, just making sure that if they try and fall back and rotate, there's nowhere left to go.
Yeah, just locking it down with that op in a nice passive position. Spike is tapped. The draw is sociable into the open. The reveal fired deep. It's not going to catch now,
right? What the fuck?
So he gets the jump on Yumpy.
30.
3 more to take down.
Flank.
11 on his way up to belt.
You heard him?
That's a big danger.
Wait, you can kill him and run B or no?
Pretty good idea. I don't know if he heard a step. It certainly seems like he did. He is locked in, trying to clear him out, but the op shot lands for Levin. A round for BBL, much needed. I do like the idea from John QT to start this out. Maybe there's a gap and I can get past the turret, but looks a bit silly when there's someone just stood there watching him.
Yeah, it's almost definitely based on like reads from the last couple of rounds. Yeah. Like, okay, they haven't really been
this is a BO1.
This so much. If there has been someone there, they've been playing alongside the turret, so maybe I can claim some space while the rest of the team goes towards A. But instead, Magnum just stood there looking at him like,
my goal defending bad plays, brother. There's no crowd.
Already, a competitive matchup. As I said, I think BBL are one of those squads that, although we've not seen them in terms of the international stage, they're a roster I'm excited for. I've enjoyed watching them all season. And I don't think Sentinels will be a squad to underestimate them either. Lockdown going to be used very early. Maybe expecting this to be a spring-loaded push, aggressive into A.
Wait, why the fuck did the defender KJ ult be planted?
Blade Storm, so it's not too much damage.
Who the fuck defender KJ ulted? Why?
All it's really done is slowed them.
Am I tweaking? I didn't see it.
Given time for Levin to completely take control of B once again, and so they can stack this side of the map.
Yeah, they're getting a good flavor profile, if you don't know BBL, into their aggression with Levin, and now with Yumpy and Magnum, the push-up after the lockdown had cleared so much space. They wait, and just as Sentinels are about to go for that execute, they are pounced upon. Now, the advantage is down to to just one player. The Bladestorm already claiming a life, and Sentinels looking to
fight their way forward. This spot is very good.
They've got so many numbers to clear out. They've got to get through Magnum's Killjoy setup, already detecting players down below. Sociable with a cheeky jump up on pipes, and this has left it again. All onto Zelsis.
Nice shot.
1 versus
flank,
2
flank,
now with Magnum falling, and Sociable wildly low. Levens cleared it out in the end, but that was outrageous.
I don't know if that was... I think he was trying to fake the sound of him dropping and got a kill for it.
He got the corner, yeah.
That's crazy. Luckily, Levin had made his move, because there's a very real world where Levin goes, I'm actually just going to chill.
He shot to fake noise. I think you're actually right. I think he was trying to mask his drop. No, you're wrong.
Like, that very nearly
he would not shoot
turned the round on its head. And Zelsis has been having a fantastic game so far. It also means that for BBL, even though they're winning these rounds, their economy is still on the ropes, and that's why you're still seeing Sentinels come in with buys and kind of risk it here, especially when you look at how many ultimates they've got available. It's worth the risk.
But that lockdown burned up from Magnum in the previous round. Now Bang has a lot
more
value to bring to the table. This guy's incredible. How many rounds? Most of them. You see him go for these aggressive pushes. He wasn't scared to do it with an outlaw. So of course he's not afraid when he's got the op in hand. This is what I'm saying.
Wow.
You know, if you haven't seen BBL before, 11 might catch you off guard. This guy has nothing but a W key.
I feel like they genuinely tell him, the coach and stuff, just like, press them. If you die, we'll play 4v5. That's fine. But we keep getting aggressive, keep putting pressure on them, keep making it awkward for them to go for these opening battles, because normally space you'd have for free has already been claimed. Now, for now, at least, it seems like Sentinels are trying to sell this as a bit of a ruse. 2 players currently over on that east side of the map, and it's a huge kill coming in for John QT. That is now Levin gone, and because of that, the B site is open for business.
I mean, it comes off as ironic that
we have KGO for post.
Loses that fight is when he's trying to back off.
Plant the KGO. Zelsis KGO right away.
On the way back around yellow, he
KGO, don't give a fuck, use everything.
Like we said, you don't have what you need to clear them out of that pit, really. This becomes an uphill battle. And the lockdown thrown in. Sentinels want this round badly. And they're pushing forward in the pit, too, just for a moment. Zelsis was looking for the
BBL should save.
Determining that they're not on the defuse, they're not putting that pressure on. It's not coming near half. And with the time now running down, you have to think that maybe they'll go for the save. Maybe they'll give up at this point. Fighting through the pit's not going to be easy. John QT's locking down that side angle. Doesn't see Sociable, but still, the time is too low.
I can't believe they went for that.
To fight back against,
time was so low.
Pit made this round impossible. Great ultimate usage from Sentinels to secure their fort.
Nice shot from John on the upper. That was the biggest kill.
You have to bear in mind that From the Shadows was available, so if they instead got the opener
that was a cinema round.
The spike could be easily taken back over to the other side of the map. But also, it's just a read on the economy. As said, like, it's only been a single player in the last round surviving for the defenders. So although they have a few extra credits in the bank, I don't think it's enough to come in with a 4-buy here. So, okay, you expend a couple of high-value ultimates, but if you fully reset your opponents or force them, as you can see, into a really weak purchase, those ultimates are very well spent, and you have to bear in mind that it's not like there's a load online for BBL. You've just used them at the perfect time. So Sentinels managing their ult economy almost to perfection, and now you're going to need some hero plays for BBL if they're going to do much in this round.
Well, you've already seen how dangerous it can be with those pistols. It was Magnum picking up a bunch, and they've got the read. 4 players rotated into position. Last time that they were in this kind of position, Levin at least had that Bladestorm. This time that's not the case, but Yampi manages to pick off one before going down. The problem is Profek falls with him. And now, this round looking a whole lot easier for Sentinels with Sociable dealt with Magnum swinging classic in hand. No idea there's a player behind him. And Levin will be the man to do it all. A rifle in hand, a kill picked up.
Is he saving that?
He's running for the hills. Could just be the save angle.
Yeah, he was one of the players I was most sort of excited but nervous to see going into this event. Playing on the international stage, a fairly up and down.
Oh my god, it's like he felt him looking at him.
One that sort of lives by the sword, dies by the sword. Like he's going to go
going for it. Is it smarter to
save? Now, I think they've got the extra credits.
Oh no, he's going to get an op next round though.
The damage would be nice. Bang is going to make sure that it doesn't go any further. But yeah, also just with the change of coaching staff, although like we know Pal quite well. I know that he's good at his job. It's more so that Turkish connection. Like you have that sort of Turkish coach to give maybe that little bit of an extra boost to someone like Levin or, of course, Sociable as well. But at least right now, it doesn't seem like there's been any real effect. He's having a great game. Sure, they are currently down at least a little bit, but I don't think they'll be too worried about it. We've seen a lot of teams have...
Hi man, it's the first time that I see you. Tell me, why do you think you're so popular and why I have to remain here to watch you? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. I'm just watching the game.
And of course, he is keeping up the aggression, looking and walking it down, but the paranoia perfectly timed. He's sent back.
Loon is getting aggressive.
Where is he going?
No way.
Tears were caught over the top. Fear was not ingrained into this man, and the defense from Profik, they tried this fake again.
He's shooting our body?
A little bit of BM.
He just doubled his kills that round. He had 2 kills before that round.
On his face when
he had 2 kills before that round. He got 4 now, and he's shooting our bodies.
Saltiness almost.
Nah, we'll keep that in mind.
For now at least.
It's not just the visuals. He reminds me of Hitman. He's got that
Zekin,
cool,
take care of these frauds.
Agent 47 approach, but there's some anger behind those eyes at times. And a 5v2 they've ended up in. It really does seem like you can delay Levin's aggression with some well-placed utility, with some ults, but you can never stop it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting going into the defensive side. Well, Zekin literally has to check every single angle just in case that Jet is wandering about.
30 seconds left.
Whoa.
A little bit of
movement
to get himself out.
We have a free set on
A site.
Hey.
So
I'm testing.
Are you testing? I'd be quite surprised if Jumpy overfaces in this scenario. Not really any necessary means to go for a fight and try and give them the potential of getting back into the round, having to try and avoid all of that extra utility. And Zekin on the other side is thinking, okay, I need to get aggressive here. I need to get in their face and do something. And they have run out of time. The delay actually works out wonderfully. Profik even picking up the operator at the end and putting it to good use. And BBL are right back on the horse.
I heard that tap go in like 5 times. They just couldn't find the chance to stick it. Shock darts flying in and trying to force that fight didn't work out. I thought that maybe we were seeing some of these issues like Levin there getting over aggressive in the 5v2. This mid push ended up dragging Yumpy off site, which gave that little bit of space for the plant to come through, but well, the plant didn't come through. And BBL end up with a round as a result. I believe a timeout now called by Sent.
Imagine being this rich and sleeping.
The 7-5 half now. Magnum taking a risk. He sat inside that orb, eventually backs out. They've got to pick the prospect. So there's no need to panic, no need to worry. And as you said, that Outlaw's so very dangerous towards Snowman. So they're trying to fight in towards Orange. This wraparound from John QT expected, but he's only traded out in the rate. The numbers still favoring the defense.
Damage?
Sociable losing.
Holy fuck.
Quite a lot of his health. I guess just trying to gain that little bit of extra space, still having that
holy fucking damage
man advantage, at least for now. And in terms of the ultimates, they're firmly in their favor. There's not much for Sen to play with other than their wins. Well, their wins are not about them. How has Sociable come away with that one?
No one's watching.
He tanked half of his own HP on a snake bite and then walks in and just wipes the whole team.
No one was watching, Tom. The yellow player was tucked. The players in main were looking the other way. They were both looking the other way. You gotta wonder what was going through their heads. Look at that! They're lined up, watching the same angle, and Zelsis is hiding.
We saw it, man!
That's disastrous. After a timeout. Plant down, that's how they end up losing it. That's gotta be heartbreaking for Sentinels. And you're sat there as the coaching staff watching that unfold, just heads in hand.
Can I just say shout out to the production team for muting Yumpy's mic? Because it's early in the day. We got a lot of best of ones. We got best of threes coming as well. I did not need to be deafened in my first cast of the tournament, so I really appreciate you for that. I'm sure you had to suffer through the volume, so yeah, I appreciate it even more. Viper's Pit used immediately, but I like this from Jug QT. He's tried to teleport behind. Profik has gone chasing, but he's been paranoid, and now he's lost
what a
his
play.
Viper's Pit and
what a play by John.
He's been
fuck Profik, shoot our fucking bodies again, you pussy.
After a blip in the last round, they're right back into this one. Man advantage to start, and Leopard's already very low.
Oh, Yumpy, rifle out just in time, but Zelsis still catches him. This was a fumbled previous round by Sentinels. Not to say they would have won it, but they would have stood a better chance if they were watching for the push. This time, they most certainly are. And with the advantage already theirs, they lose the rate. Going through the smoke, find another onto Zek, and this is starting to get a little bit spooky, a little bit scary, as they now look to get that defuse. Well, not even halfway, actually. They're tapping it to bait them into open combat. Magnum finding one on the trade.
Celsius, you fucking dirty fucking dog.
With a quad kill to close out this half and leave
I never thought I'd see the fucking Bay, but we need him. Holy shit. He's looking at him, he's plugging the bundle. We can't see your POV, you dickhead. Focus on the match. God damn this guy, bro.
Retake, but no, Magnum is.
Oh my god, look where he is.
It's not a bad start. Levin as well, threading the needle.
Oh
He's
my.
caught one, looking the other. And he got there in the end.
Where did that
from Profek with the double. I think that might have been a little more of a clean fight that Profek had. And Celsius now has to find 5, one-upping himself, closing out that previous half. This one not.
You know, times are tough when we fucking rely on Celsius to take us home.
A little bit, maybe earn an orb too, but no, it's going to be Magnum to close him out. Another solid round for BBL, and that's the thing. Mentioned it. When you're in a best of one, pistols go your way. It can become a very scary game very quickly.
Dex.
And although I think that obviously we saw the recovery coming out from Sentinels in that first half, and let's not count them out by any stretch of the imagination. It's always going to be difficult when you're playing up against that boosted economy, those boosted rounds already.
Well, first 2 days, there's no crowd. Got the update from Rob. And apparently, there's a team lounge with all 16 teams. I don't know what that looks like.
With a big advantage.
That's crazy. All the teams are hanging out in the same lounge. Imagine the drama in there. I hope someone's vlogging it.
Majority of those rifle rounds. They managed to keep the economy modest as well of BBL all the way through. See if they can manage the same here. All classics for that defensive side. Not a round that you're going to imagine that there will be very much damage done by the defenders, but they'll look to use numbers to their advantage. They might not have the weaponry advantage in head-to-heads, but if they peek this together, maybe they can overwhelm them. And already you can see Sociable under a lot of pressure, but Levin there to help out.
You think Boosty was walking around the player lounge just fucking talking shit to everybody?
He really wanted to pad those stats as much as possible, but instead, he's given an outlaw to the other side, which is definitely a dangerous gun to put into the hands of Narrate. This has gone from what would look like a very easy cleanup round to what could be incredibly costly.
Definitely striking
Me and you
fear
we're one, bro.
Magnum here in that outlaw chime out on the other side with the half shields, but they're just going to buy time as Profek wraps his way all the way around. It's only a ghost to work with, and those players are already through to the A site. So his flank is going to be a little bit late coming through. Shock dart up top is good. That's Magnum that's tagged. It doesn't really help out with the outlaw fight. The reveal sent up and over. There's the info. Profek knows where to strike and when. Nicely done in the end by BBL, but some decent damage for Sentinels.
Yeah, at least they came in with 2 pistols, so realistically all they're going to do is upgrade to the rifle.
I like the
it could have been a whole lot worse,
beige color jersey.
You see the good and the bad of Levin. It's like he is incredibly skilled, but
I like the color scheme of the BBL jersey
sometimes, and that was definitely one of them. Like gifting that gun.
It's got like green as well.
By the way, he didn't reload it. He just went for classic kill. But
he also dashed. He dashed through kitchen to look for that fight and spawn with a classic in hand. It is exactly what we're saying. We saw it in the 5v2 with the all pushing mid. We saw it a bunch of times so far. But you also see the value that he brings by getting this.
You kind of need him to be that guy if they're going to win.
Exactly.
Like, if he's playing passive and scared, they've lost. Like, it's already done.
Yeah,
I think that's where Sentinels win out. So you'll see that side and go, that was silly, but
mouse cursor?
It's sort of a necessary evil for BBL. They are going to be able to take this one over the line. Of course, coming in with a very good purchase.
Signing a new comp, not going to lie. This is a new comp.
They will still have the credits to buy into
Usually we have Zekin on Omen. Now he's on Jet.
It's important to win this and win it relatively clean. The fight, though, is already going to go the way of Levin. That is the B-side defender of Bang gone, and then re-aggression on the other side. Narrate wins the fight, but he's desperately low. A good trade, though, out from Zekken, and doesn't want to take the risk when he gets caught on the fadeaway.
That's a big pick. Numbers advantage now
that
for
is
BBL.
so tragic.
And they look to
He played discipline and died. Low-key and ranked, he repeats and one-taps that guy. But
teammate on
like,
the rotate,
he made the
QT
right play.
Here for this fight.
It just
Zelsis
fucking
has to
sucks.
stand his ground. That does well to start. But Levin up drafting around, landing in his cloud burst, somehow wins that fight and goes out for more. This is what we're talking about. If anything, that should be an overheat in both of those fights. But he ends up winning them. A 3K and a round win for BBL as a result.
Updraft, flying through the air through a nano swarm that kills Zelsis, and then he sees the
so
paranoia come through the wall, which, by the way,
round.
JunQT had to adapt to where he was putting it because he heard the dash and was like, well, this guy's trying to push me, knows he's coming, and Levin, it is like the turbo beat. It's the Turkish aim, like, just, like, what do you even do? JunQT didn't even have time to react. Oh, wow, even gaining the confidence to start standing up. 9-6.
Can we get an op going?
They've not won it yet,
we're not even sitting for op, are we?
This has been a great showing so far from BBL. Well, it doesn't look like they're stopping anytime soon.
No, up against the pistols here should be an easy conversion. And for Sentinels, they've been the ones standing up. Zelsis especially looking across the stage. Both teams have gotten loud, but BBL have been focused on each other, on themselves.
Nice shot.
Now we've seen Levin sit down. He's letting them know. He's getting a little bit loud, a little bit rowdy. But let's hope it doesn't backfire here, because we've already seen one pick for Sentinels. We've seen the rotation come through. 4 players on site with pistols in hand. Yes, those weapons are weaker, but with the numbers advantage, we've already seen what that can do. They're going to push through this smoke together. A drone clearing this out, spotting these players. The paranoia not able to be capitalized on, and Magnum around the side able to pick off a few. The danger mostly dealt with.
You just see Zelsis, he's having to check every angle on planet Earth. That one might be free though. Caught planting. Still doesn't have that weapon upgrade just yet. There might be one just a little bit further behind him. There was a death just a bit further back, but I don't think he wants to risk going all the way back to give up the position, and while he's already being swung on the other side, BBL not going to let that go any further, even though there has been damage done. And there was something that was talked a lot on the desk about, like, curses. It was mainly done by Device, and he was actually aiming to lose the half 9-3 so that then they could make the comeback and win. He actually said the player you need to look out for in this match is Zekken, and I wonder if he's cursed him instead, because he's not been having the greatest of days, and there's no question of the
let's go now, let's go now.
I think if you came
we need op on
said,
Zekken.
okay, it's Levin, it's sort of rookie level Turkish player coming into the year nobody really knew anything about, versus Zekken, an MVP at a Masters event just last year. You'd kind of
my god, I just remember what happened to me yesterday in CS. Oh my god, that's unlucky.
It's been anything but.
Everything's unlucky, then at what point do we not blame luck? Chat, is unlucky or it is real thing? It's unlucky. It is unlucky.
Operator in hand.
There's no doubt in my mind you can say like some of these things are not unlucky. Sometimes you get multiple unluckies in a row. Oh my.
Any closer angles, although Narrate looking to
that's not unlucky. That was just not good.
The team plays solid.
I don't know where John died.
One of them at least was reloading in that moment, and instead they've come out with a man advantage.
He's gonna walk
and
through the smoke.
Very aggressive spacing.
It's over.
He's hearing the steps, walk away and sociable. He's gonna get Bang instead. Bang is gonna be so confused, and then you're just gonna see the TP to the other side of the map. In fact, he's gone into the spawn.
Yeah, he stayed up close for this fight. That's a very aggressive round from Sociable, but you'd expect nothing less from this man. We talked about him not on that tail roll,
we're getting twerked on. We're literally getting twerked on.
You can see him running away with this freedom. Zekken fires off, but now they know where he is, and they're not looking to let him get away. That's
bro.
Down low. The operator,
you're right. They're getting twerked on.
Even if they
Fuck
do
this
manage
shit.
to save it, it's 11-6, but BBL are closing in the walls on this man.
And the two players behind are going to be the nasty surprise. Magnum has slowly been clearing out angles, but he has missed one. The drop down. Oh, he spotted the operator, and that'll be all she wrote for the op for Zekken. And unfortunately, in terms of finances, they might not even get that in for the rest of the game. Like that's the thing. They either have to gamble it here, try and throw caution to the wind, or on the other side of things, they have to take an eco and play from 12-6 down, which I don't think anybody wants to be doing.
This is it here. I mean, Sociable being able to get that much freedom, winning his 1v1 as well then for his 3rd kill of the round, and leaving Zekin all alone. That just was the round crumbling in their hands. Surprised here if we end up seeing a timeout. I see the timer frozen. It's a technical pause, but perhaps even coming out of it.
What? Has advantage, but they don't care.
John's like,
it is definitely difficult.
John's like, these pieces are shit. You have anything else back there? He's like, nah, it's all we got.
Mix all through.
Okay, sure, there's some very heavy hitters in this tournament. Nonetheless,
Here.
Space being garnered, but also the spike is currently going in the other direction. That's the more interesting part. They've sort of sold this ruse so well.
Bro.
Sociable managing to get the opener, but the players haven't rotated yet. They haven't stuck the landing. Zekin is still here with that Blade Storm, spotting them going for that late move towards the A site, and there isn't a lot of time. They don't expect Bang to be here. And while Sentinels just being that little bit more patient, not overrating or over-rotating, has left Levin solo.
15 seconds and an op in hand. They want to take that out of his hands. They want to have it perhaps for themselves going into the next. Great shots by Levin. He's surviving still, and the dash draft gets him out. He's going to carry this forward.
That's got to be the worst spot to save from in the game. And in fact, he's actually thrown the operator away. I think maybe, again, wanting to be that entry point rather than having the op. So he's just gone, all right, I'm going to stick on a roof, pick up a gun, and then I'm right back into the next round.
I guess he didn't want
the got out of there. He had 3 players swinging him all at once, pretty much. Using his own cloudburst to isolate a fight in the second. Very nicely done. But Sentinels, they have finally cracked the code. They've got around.
That was good econ damage, actually, yeah.
Now it's all about
our money is kind of shit.
Their economy's going to look that little bit better moving into the next. They'll have some ultis to work with as well.
That's so sick.
I can't believe he got away with that.
Get out of my way.
Oh.
Okay.
Whether he wanted to or not, Zekin does end up with an operator. He's had to buy it. And now looks to be that lone defender of the B-side, hoping that his individual firepower could take this one away. I like the fact that BBL as well are going back to just more direct. Like, they tried to throw a fake in. I don't think it's really been their style. That, though, a nice shot from Zekin, but there's no way out of there. Doesn't have anything that can match the blades.
Again, it's Levin winning that head-to-head, going deep as well. He spotted John
QT. Looking
for another, and it's Bang up top that's in danger if he steps out.
But we know he's there. We know he's there. We know he's there.
But I like that Sentinels are sitting back.
Oh, wait, good flank.
Read. Okay, let's leave Celsius to pressure behind, and they will get aggressive. They will make those mistakes. The Cloudburst, though, buys time. John QT now under pressure.
Nice.
It's Levin to pick him off. Not able to deal with Bang, though. Leaving it all into the hands of Yumpy, and he knows there could be a player coming up behind him.
KJ
I think he will have that information just from the sound being made. The reveal goes up.
Oh
it's
my
actually spotted both of them.
God.
That was desperately close. A shock dart bounce off. Bang, sticking it at least a half, sticking it all the way. Yumpy doesn't suspect
we
it,
saved
and
the
it will
ults
be
too.
right
Good job,
under
bro.
his
Get the
nose.
off. Get the fucking
Sentinels find the defuse. Nobody.
We have no
makes it
money.
out of
We
the
have
round
no
alive on the
fucking
defensive
money.
side, but
We
all they
can't
need is a round
die.
win.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Yeah, get the round.
We have
onto
no
the board.
money.
They managed to win it out in the last and, well, hold on to a couple of guns. This time, it's going to be that reset. And that's still an issue. It's still going to cause them problems economically. But this round, a lot of it just came down to quick timing on his re-swing after John goes down, and then also just having the gall to stick it out completely, get that defusal over the line, and trust in his teammate is enough to bring them within at least 3 rounds. It seems like we might just have ourselves a pause over on the other side. Of course, that is the last pause in regulation. Both teams have now expended everything they have, but it also gives another opportunity to Kaplan as well. So time to talk, especially with some of those rounds being probably a little bit closer than they would have liked.
Celsius is having network problems,
especially in the end of that round.
I don't know. I think they're playing online.
I don't mind having an extra pause as well.
I think it's an online server.
Not for BBL. You can definitely with the
Toronto,
Viper's Pit and the lockdown. So a little bit of an uphill battle forming for
it's hot
BBL,
as fuck.
who were
Well, no, in the arena it's cold as
leading
fuck, they said.
by
Wait,
a
what?
lot more. They lost Profek immediately. Great.
No, in the
pick
arena
by
they
Zekin.
said it's freezing.
He's really starting to find his form here.
Yeah, them putting him over onto the B site seems to be the change they needed. He's able to at least find them opening.
Under you!
Uh-oh.
He's been caught on 2 different angles. He doesn't even realize it. And well, instead, Zelsus has gone down as well. This seems to just be reaction after reaction. Sentinel's trying to stem the bleeding, but instead they've ended up making it that little bit worse. Narrate at least will be able to find one. Magnum desperately low. Timing here is going to be everything, and that fight was all too easy. But it now comes down to the man of the moment. He's been having a good couple of times.
I love you, Second. I love you. I fucking love you.
Timing here is going to be everything, and that fight was all too easy. But it now comes down to the man of the moment. He's been having a good couple of times.
I love you, Second. I love you. I fucking love you.
Thing, and that fight was all too easy, but it now comes down to the man of the moment. He's been having a good couple of times.
I love you, Second. I love you. I fucking love you.
No realization of that flank coming in, and well, I think knowing maybe there's still a little bit to do. There's not even a reaction from Zekken. He's
no
locked.
joke. If I updrafted there and I saw both of them running, not looking at me, I might have fell out of my fucking chair before I shot a bullet.
Really finding his form here. That was a terrible first half from him. I think he was bottom of the server. Levin was dominating in all of those fights. To see him now finding the opening pick
I'm starting shooting before I landed.
Quickly reacting, look at
Good
the
job,
clearing
bro.
mid, waiting for that rotation.
The way you have to whisper because your roommates are
asleep.
asleep.
Such a brazen
Young is
play.
sleeping.
Levin still leading the server. 26
I am trying
kills on
to
the board.
be
But the gap now
sure.
down to just 2 rounds. Sentinels,
I get carried away, let me know.
they're back in the action, back in the mixer. And it's BBL left with no timeouts left to fall back on, with economy running low and a solution desperately needed.
Oh, we saw this in our first A-stream matchup. Billy running away with it.
Billy's fucking
Billy. Of course, the champions of the last event. You'd expect them to win, and eventually they did. It just took them some time to get going. 8-4 down.
He doesn't know
he's been a little bit more than that. But
they don't know about
Omen.
Omen.
Be a tough one for BBL to take. You could see that sort of confidence growing with Sentinels. The pause definitely making a difference. I don't know what words were said by Kaplan, but I think I could use them in my day-to-day life as well.
Nice narrate.
Oh, another opening pick.
Throwing with Sentinels, the pause
Good
definitely
shot.
making a difference. I don't know
Wow.
what words were said by Kaplan, but I think I could use them in my day-to-day life as well.
Nice narrate.
Another opening pick. This time it's Narrate.
Why is it all? Why are the casters saying all? Why did they say all? Another opening pick. How does that work?
As they look for this A-side control, Viper's pick goes down from Sentinels, but so does Narate. He's been picked off. This aggression from Levin working wonders. And if they clear this backside in time, they could isolate Bang outside of that pit. Few spams coming
What's
close
happening?
and indeed taking him down. An aggressive play
Top
by
side.
Sociable, and it's worked out. John QT dropping
Nice.
out of heaven. Will deal with
Nice.
Sociable. Will deal with Levin. And that's Sentinels back in with the
Give smoke,
advantage.
give smoke.
They have to play
Did you
against
ult?
time with the spike.
Nice.
Up
They're gonna push.
top.
They're gonna push. Play
It's
slow.
a decent angle to play if
Play
they
slow,
decide
you
to
son of
concede
a-
the space to the lockdown for BBL.
It's planted top site though. We have to smoke this
Need to
spike.
get the belt quick though.
They got to wrap back around, and it's the exact
Hey, where's it
spot
planted?
that seemingly will be expected by the opposing side. Viper's pit available, but not really something they can do about this, and they've taken the low angle to just try and defuse. Needs to try and tap away, and unfortunately,
Bro.
the shot's not connecting.
We got
The
it.
snake bite does
I was gonna talk
eventually
shit, but
get
then I
the
thought we
kill.
lost
Of
for
course,
maybe a
Sentinels
second.
losing players after time seems to be their story so far, but they are winning the rounds. They are climbing back into this one. And you
They
can
keep
start
dying. I
to
know our
see
money
some
is so
deflated
bad.
looks on the side of BBL. They were
Our money
running
is so
away
bad.
with
Every
this
round we win,
5
have 0
rounds in a
alive or
row.
1.
Starting off this attack side. But as said, a Sentinel squad are never down and out. Until it is over, there is still a good chance they win this best of 1. And now, well, 1 round is all the difference.
It's so important as well that John QT gets both of those fights so clean. Not even a bullet landed. Otherwise, that snake bite would have taken him down. And somehow, with a stinger in hand,
hit.
Levin's won that fight. The 140 tag, not enough.
I love
The
that he
opening
has
pick for
BBL. Full shields and a stinger
He's running
as well.
up, running
'cause
up,
why
running
would
up.
you? That's such an odd fight to go for. Magnum's now found another one. This should not be the way that they get to 12, but maybe even beaten by their own game. Sentinels have always been pretty good with the stingers. It's been an American fight to go.
Fight, the 140 tag, not enough.
I love
The
that he
opening
has
pick for
he has
BBL.
full shields and a stinger
He's running
as well.
up, running
'cause
up,
why
running
would
up.
you? That's such an odd fight to go for. Magnum's now found another one. This should not be the way that they get to 12, but maybe even beaten by their own game. Sentinels have always been pretty good with the stingers. It's been an America's staple.
Planted.
And now John tries to level things up at least a little bit, but they're so far back into this round. And what's else is he's just going to scurry away.
It's over.
I mean, that is a surprise, an uppercut when you expected a jab. BBL come through, mixing up the economy, full shields on a lot of players, stingers on most, Sociable in that late round playing so aggressive up on top of the generator, and they've even thrown in the Viper's pit here. A little bit of an overcommittal, to be honest. The round was done, but you can't be too cautious in a round like this. Sentinels having climbed all the way back to a 1-round gap,
tried speeding
and
up on the
somehow
Viper ult,
that stinger
but-
buy is what bests them and puts BBL onto map point.
If
Two
Sentinels
chances
lose
to
here,
close
at this
out.
point
It
when?
might
Because
not
there's
be
no
the
way we win this
dominant
next
map
round.
that it looked
They
like
play
it would
tomorrow in
be.
elimination
But a win is a win
BO3
for
versus
BBL, the
question mark.
underdog. Close to taking it across
Dude, the
line.
stinger killed him from there?
You've just got to be seething.
Oh
You've got to be
my
absolutely seething.
God,
Because the other thing as well,
brother.
though, is you understand the position of second. You go, okay, they don't have many credits. They're all going to have themselves light shields. Both Stinger
Levin
players
is,
did not have
28
light
and
shields.
16.
They went in with the heavy shields, expecting that on the other side. It's a good read, but it also just has to be infuriating. You land the shot and still get punished. Now, Zekken is 1 away from having his ultimate. The main goal here is to get the orb, but I think he's realized, okay, I'm not getting in that. I need the kill, and that's exactly what he's
Wow.
Wonderful opening. Levin, a little taste of his own medicine, the aggression that gets this Blade Storm
Hold.
online.
Everyone hold.
Still the weaknesses. Man advantage for Sentinels. 2 stingers to work with. Nice angle
God.
from Sociable. He's been so aggressive. You'll love to see him on this.
Everyone
open. This
stop
is what we
peeking. Let
talked
Zekken
about.
play,
Freeing him
please.
up a little bit to take some
Everyone
more
stop
risks.
peeking. Let
And
Zekken
he's
play.
thriving under those conditions. Leaving
No
it to
peeking,
a 4v4.
second play.
The spike on its way to B.
Oh, he's in
Social
the fucking
left here
smoke walk
to
through,
try
please.
to buy a little bit of extra
They're going
time, a
back to
little bit of
Zelsis.
extra space. But with just a sliver of
They have
HP,
KJ ults. Do
he
they
will
use
be
it
falling back.
preemptively or
I
post?
guess there will still be another switch up. We saw Zakin over on this B site quite regularly.
Nice
That's something we
kill.
haven't seen.
He was low. I
Is
don't
that
give a fuck
Killjoy
though.
setup instead. So the contact
Get ready to
already
pop
made
those
in
mollies,
mid.
bro.
That's a free kill for Zelsis. Then the alarm bot should give away the game. So now they can pull those rotations in.
It.
His goal just to try and delay as much as possible.
Top
now bear in
side.
mind,
Fuck.
Hunter's Fury
Fuck.
and Lockdown are currently
Fuck.
available for this attack inside. They have solid ults to play with.
Fuck.
Right above him.
Yes!
Zelsis is hiding beneath the
Clear,
bridge.
Nary.
One gone.
And it's given to Rate the pick. Now down to a 4 versus 2. BBL.
Right here.
Not looking like they'll be closing
Nice.
it out right here and now. And Zekin puts the final nail in the coffin. It is 12-11 for Sentinels. 1 round left in regulation. We're going the distance either way.
on.
The question is, can Sentinels bring us to overtime?
Come on.
That would be the second time on the A stream that we've seen it sort of fumbled by a squad so far in the lead. I'm a little bit surprised at the post plant here, though, from the side of BBL. Like, you have a Hunter's Fury and a Lockdown available.
One enemy remaining.
Come on,
Sure,
Zach. Come
I
on,
think
Zach.
there's the
Come on,
counter,
Zach.
at least to one of those, but I do wonder if playing a little bit more passively, maybe trying to get the pick onto Narrate. I think that was the goal. Maybe that would have turned the round on his head instead. While you look at the purchase they've got, there's a Bucky, but that is the secondary to the Blade Storm. And we've already seen them manage it once with these lower purchases.
Well, that was the round that they managed to break the win streak. The Sentinels
You should run.
doing it again, though. Not as easy when Sentinels are playing
Solo
that
ults?
bit more
No,
passive,
save it for-
not wanting
save it
to
for
get
sight.
caught out
Right
in
here.
those aggressive angles.
When
and
they
push
tap
back.
that spike, I
By
want
this
you to
lockdown,
rip it
a
like
lot of
you've never
things
ripped
to
it
break
before,
BBL.
dude. That's
Yeah, they could have opted to break it with a Hunter's
fucking-
Fury. A lot of the time
Solo.
that is the scissors
Spike planted.
bro.
to the paper of the
We're not
lockdown,
ulting
but I
anybody?
guess just wanting to have it for the
we
retake
go.
instead, maybe cause that extra little bit of disruption. There is the Hunter's Fury already being sent
Oh,
through.
God. I'm
Levin
scared.
up
I'm
close with
scared.
that Bucky is ever so dangerous, and they still haven't cleared him from this position just yet. But it's going to be bang with a quick
Wait, it's not over.
turnaround.
Chill.
Magnum still standing, has been able to find one, but he's the only one with a gun in hand. Everybody else struggling that little bit more, and so is he, it seems. Even still, though, again, this thing is doing work. And now Profek just sitting back passively, not wanting this to happen again with the snake. 5 minutes through the wall to kill him off. It might have been a little bit close, but the time not even remotely.
And overtime, it seems to be the story of the A stream here. I know the B stream had a very dominant game. KC up against G2 with a stand-in. It was 13-6, but nothing but OTs when it comes to
Bang,
this
what a
matchup.
kill from Bang.
I think
What a
we
fucking
certainly
kill from Bang.
deserve it.
10 HP,
Sentinels
dude.
look down and out at
What
one
a kill
point,
from Bang.
11-6 down. And they've managed to bring this all the way back to an OT. Again, I don't know what was said by the coaching staff. But whatever it was, words of wisdom certainly delivered at just the right time, and now you're seeing them back on their feet.
Let's
Zelsis
go, boys.
getting
Let's
fired
fucking
up
go.
again.
Word for word, I got
Back
it.
to even footing. And it will be the attack side mounted by Sentinels, somewhere that they've been a little bit more comfortable when it comes to those buy rounds.
Us?
Oh, it seems like there's also parallels elsewhere. We've spoken about the close games, the OTs on the A stream, the B stream at the moment, DRX. If you haven't watched it and you want to go
What's
back,
happening on B stream?
mute.
It's over.
If you haven't already, of course. DRX are currently rolling XLG. I think it's been a fairly dominant first half. 10-5
Who
is
plays
the
next on B
scoreline
stream?
as we stand. And that was from a 9-1
Is NRG on the
start
main
for
stream?
DRX. So
Yeah.
looking like they're coming in hot. Of course,
We're gonna watch
we talk
NRG
about them
next.
having
NRG next.
the youngster from the academy team of Flickr. So this will be
Finish.
a time. Maybe right at the beginning, they were like 4-4, 4-3, something like that. They managed to have a
Zelsis
decent
ain't even
start, but
radiant?
other
Bro,
than
you don't
that,
have to be
BBL have sort of
good.
been
You don't have to be
running
radiant
away
to be
with it,
good.
at
I'm
least
not
in the
radiant
second half.
either, bro.
Levin, though, was their
What?
main pain point when it came to the defense, having to deal with this man and what has been an incredible performance. 28 kills, but he's definitely going to need a couple more, and they are being very careful of any
What the fuck is
smoke.
this?
The biggest though sociable still
Oh my
plans
God.
to try and push this, and I like that. They spoke off the dart. He goes swinging, and that's a spike down. Looks for a little more. A 2-for-1
Oh my
bargain deal.
goodness gracious.
30 seconds.
What
And
a
now with 30
play.
seconds left, they've been delayed so much, they kind of have to go back.
Yeah, back into Levin. Problem is, BBL have sent players to the other side of the map expecting that rotation. Levin's gonna have to stand strong. Already finds his first. Dash out, info is good. He spotted at least one, it could be both. And with 12 seconds left, they need to push forward
10 seconds
through
left.
the wall, and it doesn't work out for Bang. Zekin, barely enough time to get this plant in. In fact, he needs to get sticking.
He kills him?
And Prophet swings just in time to ensure he can't. Another match point going the way of BBL. Can they close it out this time, though?
All right, new pair of trousers to the caster room after that shot that Levin just hit. That man must spend hours a day on aim training, because all of these were pretty nice. Give me this one.
That was insane.
Like, nah, that's a breed that only shows up in Turkey. You don't get that anywhere else. That is
Turkish aim, bro. We can't be stopped.
And well, from what was a solid start to the round, a decent read. You can see how pumped up they are on the other side, and some frustration sinking in for Sentinels. They know coming into this match,
everyone chill,
this
everyone
is the squad of BBL heritage.
Against one of the best in the world in the form of Zekin. He's on 30 kills already with one round left to play. Potentially, if this goes to BBL, it's 14-12. It's locked in. It's their dub, and Sentinels with elimination on the line again. Another international where they fall down early.
So this is going pushing.
What the fuck are you doing?
That's not the start they were looking for. They've been able to get some decent openers over the last few rounds, but even still, there's been the fight back, so having a deficit is a problem, and there is... No, I was going to say this game nearly escaped. Even still, though, a two-man advantage. BBL with a chance to close this.
Poison's gone.
A squad that's long looked for their crown, and this will be a step in the right direction. A debut on the international stage, and a victory just one round away. A couple picks, and it's left to John QT, the man to do it all. Levin, the one to close it out. An MVP performance from that man. We didn't know what to expect up against the international opposition, but he delivered.
I'm not gonna lie,
even better
that loss.
than he does regionally.
That was a bad one.
No, that's a man
that loss hurt more than it should have. That loss hurt more than it should have, it feels
when
like.
they needed it. And as I said, like, you win that initial best of one, you get a chance at two different best of threes.
That's what it feels like.
Coming into this with Sentinels being the favorites, you now get a chance to, well,
maybe I'm
play
overreading
versus
it.
someone else to get into that playoff stage, which I think for BBL would be a huge achievement in itself.